Hey fam, guess what? I learned a new hack. So check this out. I did some research on YouTube, aka YouTube University, and I wanted to find out what was the best way or the best method to prevent your smoke alarms and your sprinkler systems inside of your home if you live in an apartment like me from going off when you set off a bug fogger, because those things are very strong. And come to my surprise, I found a clip last night that basically said, use press and seal, right? Okay, stay with me. And put the press and seal over all your smoke detectors and your carbon monoxide detectors, as well as your sprinkler systems to prevent any type of false alarms. So I did that by using my broom handle because I have vaulted ceilings and everything is super tall. I can't reach any of them. So I used a press and seal by wrapping it around the broom handle, and I stuck them over the detectors and stuff. And that stuff is like sticky tape. It really works. And then I went ahead and set off 2 bug foggers because I have a really bad gnat issue going on right now in my apartment. I don't know where the hell they're coming from, but I'm sick of it. So I went ahead and set off 1 bug fogger in my living room, and then I set off the other bug fogger in my bedroom because I noticed that they're traveling in packs. It's bad. And I noticed that they're more into my bathroom and my bedroom versus my living room. I barely see like maybe 1 or 2 of them swarming around here, but most of them kept messing with me in my sleep, and it pissed me off so bad. And I said, I gotta bug this apartment. I gotta fog it because I don't know what else to do. Like when I say I've tried everything, nothing worked. No home remedies, the baking powder, the baking soda, whatever, with the apple cider vinegar, that crap didn't even work. Like normally gnats are attracted to them. They'll go in there and they'll drown when you set up the apple cider vinegar trap, but it did not work. Literally, it did not work. I only saw like 1 fly in there, and I said, okay, this isn't gonna work. But before you set off these bug foggers, just make sure that you read the label, read the instructions thoroughly, and also unplug all your appliances to avoid and prevent like safety hazards, because you can cause an electrical fire easily in your apartment. I unplugged my oven, I unplugged my refrigerator, I unplugged every plug in the world that was in this apartment just to make sure nothing, had any issues when I set off these foggers. And come to my surprise, it worked. I was so happy it worked, y'all. Like, I'm not even joking. Nothing went off. The press and seal is amazing. You ain't gotta call nobody. You ain't gotta ask nobody to help you. Like, you literally can do this by yourself. It's not hard. Like I said, all you need is a broom, some Scotch tape, and some press and seal. Now, the reason why you need Scotch tape, that's for the removal. The press and seal is a natural sticky tape on its own, but you wrap around the Scotch tape like the video showed me on your broom handle, and that's how you take off the press and seal wrap that's on the walls and stuff. So it worked like a charm. I didn't have no issues. I finally aired out this entire apartment. It took like 2 or 3 hours to air it out. I put on all my fans and I put my AC back on. That's another thing you need to remember too before you set off a bug fogger in your home. Turn off all the ventilation systems. Turn off any ceiling fans that might be running. Turn off your whole entire AC system, because if you don't, what's gonna happen is it's gonna circulate up into your vents, and that poison from the bug foggers, the toxic chemicals that it has in it, will travel up to your neighbor's home, and you don't want that. That's the last thing you want. But yeah, I was so happy. I learned something new. Can y'all believe it? I was just like, OMG. But I'm gonna show you some pictures of what the press and seal looks like when you cover up your smoke detectors at the end of this video, and your sprinkler systems, because it's very important that you either disarm them or you put something over them to cover them from coming, off. Because normally what I would have done in this situation, I would have asked the leasing office at my apartments to turn off the sprinkler system, but I didn't want to inconvenience my neighbors at the same time by turning off the sprinkler system to set off these bug foggers. Because the first thing they probably would have said was, well, we can't do that because of a safety hazard in case of a fire, blah, blah, blah. And then a lot of companies, especially when it comes to like apartments and townhomes and stuff, they don't like it when you set off bug foggers. They rather do it themselves and charge you out the boat with maintenance to come do it for you. But they were gonna send me a contractor out here. They haven't came yet. Supposedly they're supposed to be here on Friday. I don't know. But until he gets here, I couldn't take it anymore. I said I had to bomb this apartment. But yeah, just make sure you take the necessary steps, like I said, to unplug all your appliances, turn off all your ceiling fans, turn off your AC, because once you do that, and close all the doors, it's a very, very important step. Because if you don't close all the doors, like say you leave your bathroom door open or your bedroom door open, it's probably gonna fumigate the whole entire apartment so bad to the point where it's probably not going to work very well. You want to close all the spaces so that way you know that the toxins are working inside of your apartment. Another important thing you definitely want to do, cover up all your food. I put all of my food in grocery bags and I put them in my closet. Why? Because the label said on the back of those foggers, cover your food and open up all your cabinets and all your drawers in your apartment. So that's what I did. I opened up all my cupboards in the kitchen, all my drawers, and I opened up my bathroom cabinets underneath my sink. So that way, these toxins could travel throughout the entire apartment, literally, including the covered spaces. Because I don't know if these gnats created multiple nests of larvae or hatched eggs in here, but they were so horrible to the point where I was literally killing at least 5 or 6 of them a day. So I said, there's got to be a nest of them in here somewhere. I don't know if they're coming out of my drain pipes from my sinks, or if there's just, like I said, a nest of them infested somewhere. I don't know. But so far, so good. Everything has been working. Like I said, just read the instructions on the back of the label. The brand of the foggers that I use were Hot Shot. Hot Shot is normally a good brand. You can also use Raid. Raid is a good brand as well. That kills ants, it kills roaches, it kills flies and fleas, ticks, and all that good stuff. My only issue was literally gnats. I ain't got no roaches, I ain't got no fleas, I ain't got no ticks, I ain't got no damn animals. And that's another important thing. If you have pets in your home, make sure to remove your pets before you set off any type of bug foggers in your home, because your pets can easily get sick from the toxins and the chemicals that it releases. You just have to keep that in mind. But yeah, pets, babies, kids, whatever you have in your home, make sure they're all removed before you set off a fogger, because on the back of the label, it said you have to air out and wait for at least 2 hours before you enter back into your home. I waited for about 3 hours. Why? Because I set off 2 of them. Now, if it's your first time using one of these bug foggers, I would highly suggest use one at a time. Don't use 2 of them like I did. The only reason I used 2 of them is because, one, they were all over the house. I couldn't take it. If they were just controlled in one specific area, like my kitchen, for example, I wouldn't have cared to use another fogger. But because I noticed they were literally in my bathroom and my bedroom and my kitchen, I said, oh no, we're not dealing with this today, Satan. We're not dealing with this no more. So what I did was I set my first fogger on top of my little table stand, and I put it in the middle of my floor, just like the instructions said. And I set my second fogger in my bedroom on top of my dresser. And I made sure to remove all medications, because all my vitamins and stuff, I didn't want those toxins getting in there. So I put them in grocery bags as well, and I bagged everything up in the closet. And I closed off my closet door. But yeah, I literally closed off every door inside, made sure all my ceiling fans were off, made sure my AC was off, and it was good to go. And then by the time I came back, I still smelled a little bit of that poison circulating in here because it was so strong. But what I ended up doing, I turned on my ceiling fans and I opened up my patio door to air out my apartment. And it eventually took like 30 minutes to air out. But yeah, so far so good. I haven't seen a gnat in sight. I ain't seen a bug in sight. Hallelujah. And it works. I just wanted to share that. But yeah, y'all enjoy. Like I said, I'm gonna post the pictures of what the press and seal looks like when I covered up my smoke detectors and my sprinklers in here. Well, I hope this video was very helpful for anybody that may have this issue, God forbid. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And if I haven't explained this already, the way I remove the press and seal, I use the top of my broom handle. I wrap Scotch tape around it, just like the clip showed me. And I easily poked at the press and seal with a broom handle and took them off. It literally took 10 seconds. But yeah, that is probably the easiest method instead of calling maintenance, because maintenance is not going to do it anyway. Because the last time I contacted maintenance to help me with my doorbell camera installation, they're like, oh, it's a liability. We're not allowed to touch anything that belongs to the tenants, because it's a liability if they damage something or if they break something. So even if I call them or put in a work order for them to disarm the sprinkler system and the smoke detectors, they wouldn't have done that shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They're not gonna do it, because the first thing they're gonna say is, well, it's a liability for all of the residents here, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't want to hear that. So this is the easiest way. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are other methods, but this is probably the best and safest method to prevent your alarms from going off. Just use that press and seal. But yeah, press and seal is my best friend, okay? Because this method worked like a charm. And I didn't have to ask nobody for help. I didn't have to put in a work order, nothing. And I got the job done. That's the best part. But anywho, I'm gonna go now. Y'all take care. Bye.